The streets are boiling, and every move in Detroit feels like it could be the last. Episode 9 left us hanging on the edge. But Episode 10, the Season 4 finale, is where all the pressure explodes. This isn't just another episode. This is the moment where dreams, loyalty, and survival collide. Every decision Meech and Terry make now could either cement their empire or bring it crashing down. The tension is so high, you can almost feel the streets holding their breath, waiting to see who makes it out alive. Meech has been building toward this point all season, taking risks that others wouldn't dare. He's expanded his territory, tightened his crew, and shown he's willing to play both smart and ruthless. But big moves attract big enemies, and right now, the list of people who want him gone is longer than ever. Rival gangs are watching, his every step, waiting for the smallest mistake to strike back. And then there's the law always lurking, always ready to turn a bad break into a fatal blow for the BMF family. Terry, on the other hand, has been walking that dangerous line between the business and protecting his loved ones. He's more cautious than Meech, but the game doesn't reward hesitation. With his family's safety on the line, he might be forced to make choices that go against everything he's tried to stand for. Every phone call, every late-night meeting, is going to be the one that sets off the chain reaction leading to the finale's biggest explosion. And let's not forget the wild card Lamar. He's unpredictable, relentless, and seems to come back stronger every time he's knocked down. His obsession with revenge could turn the entire finale into a war zone, pulling everyone into a fight they didn't see coming. In the simmering tension with Detective Bryant, who's desperate to bring the brothers down, and you've got a powder keg ready to blow. Episode 10 promises to be a storm where every thread from this season betrayals, alliances, love, and blood gets tied together in the most explosive way possible. Asterisk in the Season 4 finale. The main storylines are set to collide in ways no one can fully predict. Meech's rise to power has been fast, but Episode 10 could be where that momentum faces its toughest test yet. The rival crews have been circling like sharks all season, and now they've caught the scent of blood. Every small victory Meech claimed in earlier episodes has come at a cost, and those debts are ready to be collected. We could see a final all-out confrontation, one that doesn't just decide territory, but determines who controls the entire game moving forward. Terry's path is just as complicated. He's been the voice of caution, the one urging smarter moves over quick wins. But in Episode 10, hesitation could be dangerous. With enemies closing in and family safety hanging in the balance, Terry might have to step into a role he's tried to avoid becoming just as ruthless as Meech. That shift in his character could be one of the most shocking developments, showing that even the most careful players can be pushed to the edge. When the stakes are high, meanwhile Lamar's shadow looms over everything. Even when he's not on screen, his presence is felt, and the finale might finally reveal his true plan. Is he looking to wipe out the Flenory brothers completely, or is he playing an even bigger game that no one has seen coming? His unpredictability means the final episode could turn on a single move from him, throwing all the other storylines into chaos. And then there's the law enforcement angle. Detective Bryant has been a constant thorn in Meech and Terry's side. And Episode 10 might be when he either gets the break he's been waiting for or faces the consequences of crossing the line one too many times. A police raid, a setup, or a sudden betrayal could be the trigger that sends the finale spiraling into dangerous territory. Every storyline Meech's empire, Terry's family, Lamar's revenge, and Bryant's vendetta feels like it's racing toward the same point. And when they meet, it's going to be explosive. Asterisk Meech's future in the finale feels like it's balancing on a knife's edge. He's built an image of control, someone who can read the streets and move before anyone sees it coming. But Episode 10 could test that reputation like never before. If he can pull off one final power move, something bold enough to silence his rivals and keep the law off his back, he could lock down his legacy. But if even one detail goes wrong, that same move could collapse everything he's worked for. It's the kind of high-stakes gamble that makes BMF finales unforgettable. Terry's arc has been all about finding a middle ground between ambition and family. But in the finale, that balance might snap. If the threats against his loved ones keep growing, we could see him step into a more dangerous role, shedding the cautious approach for a cold, calculated side we've never seen. That transformation could set him on a collision course with Meech, not as an enemy, but as a brother, who finally understands what it takes to win in a game this dirty. Lamar, though, is the real wild card. He's survived every trap, every ambush, and every betrayal thrown his way. In episode 10, his next move could either be his last, or the one that changes the entire power structure. If he's been holding back a bigger plan, one that involves both personal revenge and strategic takeover, it could turn the finale into a war zone where no one is safe. His unpredictability means that even if the Flenory brothers think they're winning, one twist from Lamar could flip the table completely. And while the streets are burning, supporting characters could make or break the finale. A trusted ally might decide it's time to switch sides, or someone in the crew could take a shot that changes everything. These side players often hold the keys to the biggest moments. One wrong word, one stolen opportunity, and the balance shifts in ways even Meech and Terry can't control. Episode 10 is shaping up to be the kind of ending where every character, no matter how big or small, plays a role in deciding who walks away on top. Asterisk, the finale of BMF Season 4 feels like it's holding secrets that could flip the entire story on its head. One of the biggest possibilities is an unexpected death. Someone we've grown attached to, someone we believe is safe, could be gone in a heartbeat. The streets in BMF have never been forgiving, and episode 10 could remind us that no character is untouchable. If this happens, it won't just shock the audience, it will send ripple effects into every relationship, setting the stage for a darker, more unpredictable Season 5. Another twist that feels possible is a betrayal from deep inside Meech or Terry's own circle. All season, we've seen moments of doubt, quiet frustrations, and small cracks in loyalty. The finale could expose a person who's been feeding information to the wrong side. And when that truth comes out, it could shatter the trust that's been holding the crew together. Imagine the fallout if Meech realizes someone at his own. The table has been pulling strings against him from the start. There's also the chance that law enforcement plays its hand in the most unexpected way. Instead of a standard raid or arrest, episode 10 might see a secret deal, a hidden alliance, or a double cross that leaves everyone questioning who's really in control. Detective Bryant has been under pressure himself, and if he's forced into a desperate move, he could drag the entire story into new territory, one where the enemy isn't just on the streets, but inside the system. And finally, the ending could drop a massive Season 5 hooks, something that makes fans talk all year. This might be a new rival emerging from outside Detroit, a shocking return of a character thought to be gone for good, or a bold move from Meech or Terry that changes the rules of the game entirely. Whatever it is, it won't be a clean ending. It'll be messy, dangerous, and thrilling, exactly the kind of finale that leaves the audience counting down the days until the next season begins. Asterisk. If there's one thing BMF finales have taught us, it's that the emotions hit just as hard as the bullets in episode 10. We can expect the rawest moments of the season, where the weight of every decision comes crashing down on the characters. The line between family and business will blur to the point where Meech and Terry might not even recognize which side they're on anymore. Every argument, every tense stare, will carry the unspoken truth that one wrong move could cost them more than money. It could cost them each other. We might see heartfelt scenes between the brothers, the kind that remind us why they started building this empire in the first place. But those quiet moments will be laced with the fear that this could be the last time they stand together as a united front. Even the crew members who have been ride or die all season could start to question what they're willing to risk, creating moments of deep doubt and emotional fracture. Love and loyalty will be tested in ways that hurt the most. A partner's plea to leave the game, a mother's warning that goes ignored, or a child caught in the crossfire. These are the beats that make the violence feel heavier. We could see tears behind closed doors, confessions whispered in the dark, or sacrifices made without the other person even knowing until it's too late. Themes of trust, sacrifice, and the true cost of ambition will run through every scene. By the time the credits roll, viewers won't just be left wondering who survived, they'll be replaying the emotional choices that led to that point. Episode 10 won't just close a chapter in the BMF story. It will leave scars that carry into Season 5, making the next chapter not just about power and territory, but about repairing or destroying the bonds that have held everything together. Season 5 isn't here yet, but Episode 10 of Season 4 could plant the seeds that will make the wait almost unbearable. The finale might not just tie up this season's loose ends, it could open entirely new doors, introducing threats and opportunities we've never seen before. One of the biggest possibilities is the arrival of a new rival from outside Detroit. Someone with the resources, connections, and ruthlessness to challenge everything Meech and Terry have built. This kind of enemy wouldn't just be about street power. They could bring political influence, bigger networks, and a level of danger the brothers have never faced. We could also see the game expand beyond the city, in ways that change the entire show's scope. If Meech makes a move to plant flags in new states or even new countries, Season 5 could become a story of expansion, new crews, new allies, and new enemies, all fighting for a piece of the pie. That kind of growth would mean bigger opportunities, but also far more dangerous risks. As the brothers step into territories where they're not the ones holding the advantage, Season 5 could also dive deeper into the personal consequences of everything that happens in the finale. If relationships are broken, if trust is shattered, we might see characters starting from scratch, some seeking redemption, others seeking revenge. This shift could create unexpected alliances, like former enemies teaming up against a greater threat, or friends turning into bitter rivals when the stakes get too high. And of course, the writers might leave us with one major cliffhanger. Gun drawn in the final seconds, a phone call that changes the game, or a reveal that someone we thought was gone is very much alive. Whatever form it takes, the Season 4 finale will likely make it clear the war isn't over. It's just moving to a bigger battlefield, and in Season 5, the fight for survival will reach a whole new level. Episode 10 isn't just the end of season, for it's the kind of finale that can redefine BMF's entire future, all season long. We've been climbing this mountain of tension, betrayal, and ambition, and now we're standing at the very top, looking down at a drop that could change everything. The stakes have never been higher, and every storyline is loaded like a bullet waiting to be fired. This is where the game stops being about territory and starts being about survival. The beauty of a BMF finale is that it doesn't play by the rules. Just when you think you know how it's going to end, the show flips the script and hits you with a moment that stays burned in your mind. Episode 10 could be that moment, a single scene that has fans pausing, rewinding, and texting their friends in disbelief. Whether it's a shocking betrayal, an unexpected death, or a sudden power shift. The finale is built to leave jaws on the floor. What makes this episode even more intense is that it won't just answer questions, it will leave you with new ones that keep you hooked until Season 5. Who will still be standing? Who will rise from the ashes? And who will be erased from the board entirely? Every answer will come with a cost, and every cost will reshape the streets we've been watching all season. So as we head into the finale, remember this: in BMF, nothing is guaranteed. Loyalty can vanish, enemies can turn into allies, and the strongest players can fall in a single move. Episode 10 is more than a season ending. It's the fuse that lights the next chapter. And if history has taught us anything, it's that when BMF lights that fuse, the explosion is always bigger than we imagined. BMF Season 4's finale won't just wrap up a chapter, it's going to leave a mark that fans will still be talking about long after the credits roll. This episode is the type that demands your full attention, because in true BMF fashion, the smallest moments could be the biggest clues. A look between characters, a quiet conversation in the background even. A throwaway line could be setting up the next wave of chaos. For the diehard viewers, this is where rewatching pays off Huel spot hints that others miss. The kind that make you realize the writers have been playing a long game all along. The energy going into Episode 10 is electric because we know the stakes are bigger than ever. It's not just about who wins or loses, it's about the message this finale sends. Every decision Meech, Terry, Lamar, and even the side players make will ripple forward, shaping the tone, alliances, and conflicts. For Season 5, will the streets be ruled by fear or respect? Will blood ties prove stronger than ambition, or will greed finally pull the family apart? These aren't just plot points, they're the heartbeat of the series. And while the action, drama, and power plays are guaranteed, the real magic of this finale will be how it blends all of that with raw, emotional weight. We'll get the shootouts and the standoffs. We'll also get those quiet beats that make the danger feel real. The ones where characters pause, reflect, and maybe even regret what they've done to get here. Those moments are what give BMF its edge and keep us coming back season after season. So as we gear up for the Season 4 finale, one thing is certain: it's going to be unpredictable, explosive, and unforgettable. This isn't just another ending. This is BMF reminding us why it's one of the most gripping crime dramas on TV. And when that final scene fades to black, we won't just be wondering what's next, we'll be counting the days until the story continues.